Salutations, fellow widows. It is I, RJ Snow, the bearded snowman, and once again, welcome back to my channel, Widows and Comic Book Heads. I got something that I want to share with y'all. I know this is kind of not normally a video I do, or it's like the grand videos or something that's coming out, but I think I want to share this with y'all because I think this is really important to the history of a certain comic book franchise that I just think people should know about, my widows should know about if you love the X-Men, okay? Chris Claremont is one of the greatest comic book writers of all time, okay? Without him, I don't think we would have any parts of the X-Men like now. I don't think there would be no TV shows of X-Men, no cartoons, no movies, no video games that has X-Men in it, because he literally saved the franchise, okay? The uncanny X-Men back in like the late 70s, the 80s, and the 90s, you know what I'm saying? He saved this franchise, okay? And they're doing a documentary on how this happened. And it's coming out February 6th, I believe. February 6th on platforms like demand on platforms, okay? So on February 6th, try to find it and check it out. And I'm gonna try to find it too because I really want to see it, okay? So please let me know if y'all find it. But here's a trailer of the documentary of Chris Claremont, Uncanny X-Men Savior. That's what I'm calling him. All right, y'all, let's go.
To me, it's all one story, because life is a story. I'm not writing superhero adventures, I am telling the story of these characters' lives.
The X-Men back in the 60s was a commercial failure ultimately. It got canceled.
And when I said, gee, I don't know, should I give up the X-Men, should I keep it? Chris just sort of sat there and went, I'll take it, me over here.
It was a chance to get in on the sub-level and build the characters from the get-go.
He cared desperately about this third string book, and he poured his heart into it.
The impact was huge. X-Men sales went through the roof. People reportedly sent flowers and death threats to the Marvel offices.
It was an era in which the creators were becoming stars, and that this was Chris Claremont's X-Men. And by the late 80s, it was outselling Spider-Man.
The only way you could do this day in and day out was to convince yourself these characters were real.
You pick up X-Men 100, you see the 7 characters, you figure, okay, this is who they are. You pick up 200, the characters have evolved.
The very success the X-Men eventually attained meant that those characters were going to just keep being exploited in as many properties as they could.
They didn't want to do what I wanted to do, I didn't want to do what they wanted to do, and tempers carried everyone away.
Wow.
And I likened him to Babe Ruth, because Babe Ruth didn't invent the Yankees, and Claremont didn't invent the X-Men, but each of them built a house.
Like I said, it's nothing fancy, but if you're a fan of X-Men, X-Men comics, X-Men movies, X-Men shows, X-Men cartoons, anything X-Men, I really think you need to watch this documentary, because this man, he saved all of that, and I thank him for that, because my favorite X-Men, so Wolverine, I love Gambit, Beast, I love Beast and everything, but like, he is an awesome comic book writer. If you have the ability to go read some of his stuff, like his older stuff and everything, please do so. If you haven't, you will do yourself a favor. But let me know what you think about Chris Claremont and his documentary. Let me know in the comments below. And like always, y'all, forever weirdos.